In this lecture, we will learn to install MySQL on our machine. So go ahead and open your favorite browser and type in MySQL installer. And to do the same which I just did, you should search on Google. So it would show up the first one, and there you go. So if you didn't land on this page, the one I'm seeing right now, you can go here and see for something like this, MySQL installer 5.6.26, and go ahead and download this. It will show up this thing. You may choose to log in, but I would just say no thanks, just start my download. While it downloads, I'll pause the video. Okay, so our download is finished now. I had paused the video for quite a while. From Chrome, I can directly press here to open this, but if you're not in Chrome, you may have to find your downloaded folder. Go ahead and find it, and let's go for installation. Now it would show up here. Automatically close and restart it. Okay. Something like that pops up. You can just press OK. By reading the instructions, there's another pop-up. It should start installation now. Now we're here. Go click next. My Fabric utilities, whatever comes, just check it. If you are a professional MySQL user, you may customize it the way you want, but for this tutorial we'll just not see much about MySQL in depth, so just keep checking things and press on execute and stuff like that. Our main purpose is to install MySQL Workbench, which we will use to manage our database. Okay. Now, if you're installing for the first time, it would show up something like this, and this is what we want. If it's not showing something like this, go ahead and delete or say uninstall all instances of MySQL on your machine and try reinstalling it. Then it would show something like this then, and this is what we want. We go ahead there and we click on full. Click next, and it shows up this thing. Go, you still have failing requirements. We don't worry about that. We go ahead there. We click execute. Now we'll wait for all of this to finish. Once all the progress is finished, once all are 100%, it will show up next. We click on next, and then click next again. Configuration type, development machine. Everything is fine. We need not to change anything. It's port number that computer assigns for MySQL. And then go ahead and give some root password. For this one, I'll give test. And Windows service name, MySQL 56. We'll go ahead and type local host and execute all of it. We'll wait for it to finish it. Okay, hit finish. Hit next. Now it says check if the password is right and your connection is valid. Let's check it. It says connection successful. That's what we want. Hit next. Execute. MySQL is making sure everything works fine for your machine. Now we have hit on finish, and it will open something like this. If it doesn't do something like this, you should click on plus. You should give a name of localhost, and root and password. You should enter some password and you should be good to go. But in our case, it showed up here, so we just need that. And our MySQL is ready for use. At first, it will show you 3 database in the schema section. Schema basically means creating a database. These are several features that MySQL provides you to check the status of your database and so many other things you can do with that. But we will be really focused on this part. Let's see what we have here. We go to file, we have several options. New model, new query tab. But generally we use OpenSQL script mostly from all of these. And that's all from there. Let's go ahead and create a database. They already have a test database. Go ahead and right click, drop this schema. I will drop it because I want to create a database with that name. You just click here, you click on create schema, it will show something like this. This should be closed. In your case, it won't show up anything like this. In my case, it shows because I already had so many other database with that name earlier. I'll give it a name of test. You should know this. Even if you type all of the letter in capital, it will make all of them in lowercase. Server default, you click on apply. You click OK, apply. Now your database will appear here. But notice one thing. You entered capital T and it made small t. It's just because of the configuration that MySQL has set up for the database. Hit, double click there, go tables, create a table. Now this will be your first table you'll be creating in MySQL if you are the first time user. So we'll start from here. It asks for a table name. We'll give it a table name of friends. Let's say friends. Schema default. Here we'll say, let it be ID friends. Integer. ID basic, first column should always be something of type ID. PK means primary key. That means this should be unique. It won't, no 2 friends of yours can have the same key, so that word means primary. When you check mark not null, it means it should not be null when you will be entering data. You should also go ahead and keep it auto increment. So you will not have to enter anything into this field and it will auto increment it. Go ahead and click on friends call if it appears in your case too. I'll go and type name. I'm typing it wrong. Name. I will not make any of these. I'll go here and I'll type age. Age should be of type integer. When you click here, it gives you the option to select some integer. I'll click on integer. And here, I can tell you, var_char means any kind of character in string format. Now that we have 3 columns in our table, we'll go ahead and click apply and hit OK. Apply, finish. Now you go tables, friends, and right click and select rows limit 1000. Here you go. So you have this thing now. Since we made this column ID friends auto incremental, so you don't have to enter anything over there, let me show you what I mean by that. If I write prim and 16 and hit here and write Pankaj and enter the age, hit apply, finish, see what happened. It automatically incremented this. So that was a brief idea about how MySQL works. We will be dealing more about MySQL in later lectures when we will be creating the real database for our website. So in next lecture, we'll be discussing about what exactly is this course about and what exactly we will be building in this course.